here we have the follow-up from my customer Leighton's Garage. It's a Toyota two-piece OE shaft that had, speculated it was paint weight that had knocked it out of whack, or what was it. So I did follow up with them and talk to them, and I suggested that we change that rear U-joint that was tight and take it for a ride here in the balancer again and just see how we did. And sometimes, well, all the time, moderation and careful analysis is the key, and that was the situation here. I mean, I'd be very reluctant to just throw some U-joints and bearing on this. Yeah, well, a lot of people do that, and they make the monster bigger, and that's one of the things that I really try to avoid. But most of the components in this weren't in bad shape. In fact, that U-joint that I speculated was tight at the rear axle, I attribute the tightness of that to the road brine that they put on the roads. It's very invasive, and it'll leach in to the area between the clips and the groove that the clips ride in, and the face of the U-joint where it's held in, and it just starts to build and grow, and that was the case here. I took those clips out of this end. That was the problem, the most problem end, and they were fractured, and that's because the calcification had started to grow, and it broke those clips there. All of those clips were in three pieces. They were in the hole, and they were bonded in by salt, basically. It was like a rim of salt. And that's good on a Margarita. It is not good on a U-joint cap. So this was the problem end. That was probably about an 8. That's 0 now, dead flat 0. I put another one of those greasable snap tights in there. It's 1350 series. Center bearing, 0. That was probably a solid 4. And as always, even just the simple act of taking that U-joint off, that yoke off of that end, and changing the U-joint in there, and in the duration of time that's elapsed since this thing was balanced when it was built, I end up changing the whole weight package, basically. So in addition to this, these things are extremely hard to handle because they're big and cumbersome, and the back section is aluminum, and it's ridiculously easy to damage one of these things beyond repair, even getting the U-joints out. I see people do it, and so, you know, I mean, I take my time and do it so that we have a positive result, and that's what we got here. So that's been spinning, and that's about 2,800 RPM. 0 at the transmission, 0 at the center bearing, and down here, like I said previously, it was flailing, is 0. So we're going to say that's a win for the Toyota, and I'll get it back to Leighton's.